Hello.
Go. You're good to go.
Something again.
You're good to
Okay.
go. Do your deal.
So, James,
Yes.
so tell me a little bit about yourself. You're a teacher here. What do you teach?
I teach math.
Math.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. My mom was a high school math teacher.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm from Michigan though, so you probably,
Yeah, I probably wouldn't know her.
so you go all the way up through calculus then?
No, I just do junior high.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long have you been teaching?
About 18 years.
18 years. So you're just getting started.
I wish. That would be nice.
Have you always been in this school district?
You know, I haven't. I was actually in the school district over in Grant,
Okay. Yeah.
and for a while. And then I came here. So I've been here about 11 years.
You've been here 11 years?
Yes, sir.
Well, cool. Well, good. Well, let me ask you a couple questions. You obviously filled out this card. So a couple questions about you. So you're James, and you said you're married. What's your wife's name?
Monica.
Monica.
Yes, sir.
Cool. And do you all still have kids at home? Are they grown?
You know what? Our kids are grown and gone.
Okay.
We're empty nesters.
You already served your time? Awesome.
There you go.
Well, cool. Well, let me do this. It's been a little bit of time since I did the presentation. So let me just review real quick what it is I do, and then we'll kind of get into it. Is that all right?
Sure.
So, like I said, I talk to families primarily about cancer. And I know that's not pleasant for a lot of people, and especially when people check that they want to hear about a cancer policy. They usually know someone who's dealt with it, like a friend, a neighbor, or a family member. I signed up Mr. Bielik, and he had told me that he had some family that had dealt with it. I signed up Mr. Christian, and he had told me that he had some coworkers who dealt with it. If you don't mind me asking, James, who's the closest person you and Monica know, friend, neighbor, family member who's had cancer?
Actually, my father.
Your father?
Yes.
Are you comfortable if I ask you a couple questions?
Sure.
Okay. How young was your father when he was diagnosed?
Oh, he was probably about 58.
Okay. And then what kind of cancer did he have?
It started in his colon.
Colon? Okay. And then I'm going to ask you some specific questions. I have a reason for asking them. But was he hospitalized at all? Some cancer patients are hospitalized.
Numerous.
Numerous? Okay. So if you had to guess ballpark, how many days was he in the hospital?
Oh, I would say maybe 20.
20? Okay. And did he do treatment or did he just do surgery?
He did both.
He did both. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So how many surgeries did he do?
1, 2, 3.
3? Okay. And then how many days of treatment did he do? If you had to guess. I mean, did you do radiation or chemo or both?
You know, he did some chemo.
Okay. Was it once a week?
I spent 20 years ago. I would say maybe max 10.
10?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
10 days of treatment? Okay. So I don't need to go through stats with you because you know it can happen, but I will anyway. So cancer affects 3 out of 4 families, 1 in 2 men, 1 in 3 women, and it does affect children. James, do these stats surprise you at all?
I would say once upon a time, yes, they would have surprised me greatly. But there's other cancer in our family also today, so not so much.
Okay. So, and I'm not trying to scare you, but this next page says that more and more people are dealing with cancer today than in years past. And some are hereditary, like the breast, prostate, ovarian, but 75% or 3 out of 4 come from non-hereditary factors. James, why do you think more and more people are dealing with cancer today than in years past?
I probably would have to say that I don't think they are.
Okay.
I think that we just know it better today.
So we're detecting it more?
I think so.
We're looking for it more? Okay.
I think that maybe we didn't used to know, but today they detect it earlier than ever.
Okay. Well, and I hope and pray this weren't to happen to you, but do you think it's possible you or Monica could be diagnosed with cancer?
I would imagine so.
Okay. So the good news is 6 out of 10 people who get cancer today survive. And I didn't ask, did your father survive cancer?
No, sir, he did not.
Do you know any survivors of cancer?
I do.
Okay. So the bad news is cancer can be very, very expensive. And there's 2 types of costs. Direct are doctor bills, hospital charges, and medical charges. And that's what people have health insurance for. And I have nothing to do with that. Now, what does Monica do for work?
She works at a school.
She works at a school? Okay. So do you get your health insurance through the school here and she gets it through her school? Or?
We actually do the health insurance through the school I work with.
Okay, great. So I have nothing to do with health insurance, okay? So what I help families with are costs not covered by health insurance, and those are referred to as indirect costs. And that can be things like loss of income. If you can't work, you still got to pay your home, your auto, your utilities, your food, okay? There's insurance limitations, not trying to scare you. You've got good health insurance, but there's still deductibles, there's co-pays, and then there's limits. And I guess what I'll say is I've got an out-of-pocket max, but when they say they're going to pay 100% after that, I know it's not 100% of the bills. It's 100% of what they say they're going to cover. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But not exactly. Could you explain that a bit?
Well, you know, some things are out of network.
I getcha, yeah.
Have you ever used your health insurance and you got some extra bills you weren't expecting?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And then the last thing is out of pocket, and the most common is travel. I didn't ask about your dad, but some people travel to other hospitals for better treatment. Where did your dad get treated?
MD Anderson in Houston, Texas is where he went for his second surgical opinion.
And is he from the Colorado area then?
No, he's from western Nebraska.
Nebraska. So did he drive or did he fly?
You know, he drove.
He drove. And did you ever go with him or?
No, my mom did.
Your mom did, okay. So then there's gas expense, there's lodging,
Oh, yeah.
and then there's food, not just for your dad, but for your mom or anyone else that was there, okay? So when cancer occurs, your income stays the same or goes down, but your expenses, they go up. James, when did people think about these costs not covered by health insurance?
Well, probably right in the middle.
Yeah, when they're going through it. You know when else they think about it?
I guess not.
When they talk to someone like me. So that's why I like my job, to kind of help people think ahead. Okay. Which of these would impact you the most if something happened to you or Monica?
I think for me it would be loss of income.
Okay. And without asking too blunt of a question, what would be your backup plan to deal with those indirect costs?
Well, I think that the biggest backup plan would be you've saved money and that you would use that money to fight cancer, I guess.
Yeah. A lot of people have savings. Or I mean, you could use your 401k, or you might have assets. People don't use that because they want to. They do it because they have to. So what I do is a supplemental coverage that protects your assets, family, and future. And the company I represent is Family Heritage. The policy is called Cancer Care Plus. And the idea is health insurance, okay, that pays doctors and hospitals. That keeps doctors and hospitals going. Family Heritage, we pay money direct to you, and then you get to use it however you want. I'll give you a couple examples. So this is a client of mine, and she says, we want everyone to know how we were treated by you and Heritage and how easy it was for us to make claims and receive payments. I was so impressed that during the beginning months where our world was crazy, you called and asked how things were going. I responded, honestly, I haven't done anything with my claims. I'm too exhausted and not sure what I'm doing. You offered to come and walk us through everything. I told you no, we're at a baseball game watching our son. It'd be too late for you, and you showed up at 8:30 on our doorstep and walked me through our first claim and continued to assist me each time. It was important to us that you prayed with us before you for leaving to travel home. I love that you gave me your cell number, and I would submit a claim and call you, and you would personally check on it, respond to me whether it was good or whatever needed to be done. Now, what kind of insurance provides that kind of personal service? Overall, we received about $14,475. Okay. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. That probably didn't cover all her costs, but do you think she was glad she had that?
Well, absolutely. There's never enough money.
Yeah. So, and this family we paid about $14,000 This one we paid about 15. The most I've seen from a personal client is about 50,000. Okay, but what everyone likes is it's good coverage to have, just in case. Okay, like all insurance, right? It pays on top of any other insurance you and Monica already have. Okay, it's affordable. Now, affordable is a relative term relative to your budget. Okay, but a unique feature is if you don't end up using the plan, you get all your money back. So then it works like a forced savings. And
That sounds like a little bit too good to be true.
well, and I tell you what, I've done real well, and I don't know if you know the Pope Joys or the Salmons, the Phillips, the Odoms, the Mahlers, the Youngs, the Slapes, the
I did.
Morelands. So they thought it was very simple. They thought it was affordable and it was an easy decision. And you'll know if it's something you like. You'll also know if it's something you don't. My job isn't to sell you. My job is to show it to you and show it to all the people that want more information. And the ones that like it, they let me know and I enroll them, and the ones that don't, they can pass and I leave them in a good mood. But is that fair? Can you just be up front with me and let me know one way or the other when I'm
Yeah,
done?
that's fair.
Cool.
You bet.
So the reason I was asking you questions